Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Pollution Response. In general, the local company's work team will provide the first response to a pollution incident. Well-trained environmental personnel will liaise with the company, other internal teams, and the regulators to identify pollutants and provide information on safe handling and disposal. Steps for pollution response include: safety. Try to identify the pollutant and put on appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE. If the spill is flammable, extinguish all sources of ignition. Secure the site to keep non-involved personnel away from the spill. Chemical spills might be identified through product labeling or a site chemical inventory. Hazard assessments can be obtained from the HANS advisor to help you understand the risks. Stop and contain. If safe to do so, attempt to determine the spill source and take action to stop it at the source, and attempt to contain the spill where possible to prevent the further spread or divert it away from watercourses. On land, use an earth/sand bund or granules. On water, use absorbent booms or skirted fence booms for oil spills and pads for fuel. Report. Contact your supervisor or local environment team, who will provide further advice and liaise with other teams and the federal, provincial, or state environment agencies. It may be necessary to deploy aerators or a pump, following advice from the fisheries team, if fish are gasping in the waterway. If it is obvious where the pollution is coming from, the environment team, with assistance from the regulator, may pursue the polluter to clean up. Clean up. If appropriate, clean up the spill, using absorbent pads or granules. The correct spill pads should be used. For example, chemical absorbent pads are not suitable for oil as they sink beneath the surface of the water. Large pools of oil or spills that cannot be absorbed will need to be removed using skimmers and vacuum trucks. Contact your local contract supervisor or environmental scientist to arrange an appropriate contractors. Dispose and replenish. Dispose of all contaminated materials, including boom/pads, liquids, and PPE, correctly. Ensure that the pollution response equipment is replaced as soon as possible. Contaminated materials may be classified as hazardous waste. Contact the local environmental person for advice. Store hazardous waste securely and contact your contract supervisor or environmental person to arrange separate disposal.